Guys, let's get the opening bell here and the CNBC real-time exchange. At the big board, it's Nuveen Investments, celebrating 35 years of listing closed-end funds. At the NASDAQ, Sumo Logic, a SaaS analytics platform. Jim, watching the 2-year, getting awfully close once again to 4%. And, of course, yesterday, along with the 10-year hitting multi-year highs, I guess that's going to be a source of continued pressure.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that people have always used the 2-year ever since I've gotten into business as a proxy for what the Fed's going to do. And as the 2-year climbs to, well, bonds go down, yield climbs to 4, I think that is indicative of people feeling that the Fed's not going to stop at 0.75, and that ultimately, if you buy that piece of paper now, you will not beat the guy who just has it in cash, because cash is going to trade much higher. That would be just an incredible thing in terms of the stock market, because I think there's a lot of people that say, why should I buy a single stock? Because maybe I'm going to get 5. So I think that this piece of paper has to stop going up in yield before we have an honest rally. It could happen, though, after the Fed, if the Fed says, you know what, we're going to wait, but we see actual signs of weakness in inflation. My problem is other than commodity inflation, Carl, I don't see the weakness that I want.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long list of commodity deflation: lumber, copper, oil, gold, iron, freight. But you're right about housing and wages. It's where we are. It was interesting, David, to get the Journal piece yesterday by Nick Timmeros, in which he said Powell actually scrapped and redid his Jackson Hole speech at the last minute to say, look, I'm going to make this as plain as possible. We are not done yet.
And we have been suffering in the equity markets ever since, more or less. I forget if it's going to be 3 weeks or 4 weeks this Friday, but yeah, that was very clear. It's interesting, of course, that he did choose to make himself even clearer in case we were missing the message, Carl.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.